He was born with nothing, no kingdom, no army, no fancy name, just a dream. But that dream, it outlived betrayal, slavery, prison, and silence. This is the story of Joseph, the Hebrew boy whose own brothers buried him alive, only to one day kneel at his feet. A story about patience, purpose, and the kind of forgiveness that rewrites family history. Joseph was born in Padan Aram in Mesopotamia, modern-day Syria, Iraq. His real name? Yosef Evosep, Hebrew for God will add. He was the 11th son of Jacob, but the first son of Rachel, Jacob's favorite wife. That made Joseph special, too special. Jacob gave him the coat of many colors, a sign of honor, a magnet for hate. From birth, Joseph had two gifts: dream and the ability to survive envy. Joseph's dreams weren't normal. They were symbolic, prophetic. One dream showed his brother's sheaves bowing to his. Another had stars, the sun, and moon bowing to him. He told them, but they weren't inspired. They were insulted. "You think you'll rule us?" they said. That dream lit a fuse in his brothers' hearts, and it would explode. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers. He wandered alone through the fields near Dothan. When they saw him, they said, "Let's kill the dreamer." But Reuben said, "No blood. Just toss him in the pit." Therefore, they stripped his robe and threw him in. Then Judah said, "Why kill him when we can sell him?" So they sold their brother to Ishmaelite traders, 20 silver coins. They faked his death, dipped the robe in goat blood, and broke their father's heart. Joseph was taken to Egypt, sold to a man named Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. He could have sulked, but instead, he worked with honor, with excellence. Therefore, Potiphar made him head of his entire household. Things were finally looking up, but conflict always finds favor. Potiphar's wife wanted Joseph. He said no, every time. One day she grabbed him, he ran, left his cloak behind. So she lied, told her husband he tried to force himself on me. Joseph didn't even get a trial. He was thrown in prison. Even in prison, Joseph stayed steady. He helped fellow prisoners, including Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. They had dreams. Joseph interpreted them. The cupbearer would live. The baker would die. Joseph said, "Please remember me when you're free." But he forgot. 2 more years, no call, no letter, no justice. But God was timing the stage. Pharaoh had disturbing dreams. No one could explain them. Then, the cupbearer remembered. There's a man in prison who interprets dreams. Joseph was summoned. He stood before Pharaoh and said, "I can't explain it, but God can." He decoded the dream: 7 years of abundance, then 7 years of famine. Therefore, Pharaoh needed a plan. Joseph gave him one, and Pharaoh said, "You're in charge, from prisoner to prime minister." In one day, the famine spread. Egypt was the only place with food, thanks to Joseph. People came from everywhere, including his brothers. They didn't recognize him, but Joseph recognized them. They bowed. The dream came full circle. Joseph tested them, especially to see if they'd abandon Benjamin like they did him. But Judah begged to take Benjamin's place. That's when Joseph broke. He wept loudly, "I am Joseph." They were afraid. But he said, "Don't be. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." He forgave. He embraced. He invited them to live in Egypt. Joseph lived long, saw generations of his children. When his father Jacob died, Joseph buried him in Canaan. Before Joseph died, he made his family promise, "One day God will bring you back home. When he does, take my bones with you." he died in Egypt, but he never let go of the promise. Joseph's story is not just about dreams. It's about how to wait when it feels like nothing's happening. He never forced his way to power. He didn't scheme. He served, he forgave, and he trusted. Misconceptions cleared. Joseph never slept with Potiphar's wife. He fled. He didn't become arrogant. He matured. He didn't seek revenge. He gave mercy. Joseph died in Egypt, but he died fulfilled because he finished what he was born to do. Comment, still dreaming, if you believe your delay is not your denial. Subscribe for more real stories told like this.